In this video, I'm going to help you guys to turn your songs into exercises, or rather to find exercises that you can make around difficult passages of your repertoire. My name's Kate. I've been singing formally for over 30 years. I'm a classically trained singer who went through a lot in my own journey. And now I share this knowledge, experience, and wisdom with you guys to help you to find and sing with your authentic voice. So do you ever feel like you can warm up really well, but that when you go to do a song, you can't apply the same principles and somehow you get stuck? Maybe it's a lower passage, maybe it's with your breath work, and oftentimes it's with high note passages in our music. So this video was inspired by a comment. Somebody's working on the song Titanium by Sia and is having difficulties getting there, even though their warming up goes really well. So in this song, we have a high E flat. And I'm going to help you from going to a place where that breaks. I am tight to a place where I am titanium. You can sing it with a lot of freedom and with a lot of joy. So this song is pretty straightforward. We go through the verse, which is going to be kind of in your chest voice. Shout it out, but I can hear a word you say. And then as we get to the chorus, we're going to start coming up higher, but we're still kind of in chest voice here. I'm bulletproof, nothing to lose, far away, far away. Ricochet, you take your aim, far away, far away. Now this is the part where normally you're going to run into some difficulty. When you get into this, you shoot me down, but I won't fall. I am titanium. One thing that comes to mind immediately when I look at this song, and this is something that I would love for you guys to train yourselves to do, and I hope that I can help you do that, is look at this like a puzzle. It's like, when I see this part, you shoot me down. I'm no longer in my chest voice, but I'm in a mixed voice here, and I'm going to be going up to my head voice. So what you can do right off the bat is you're going to want to adjust as you get into this passage that's preparing you to go higher. You're going to imagine that you're singing it already in head voice. So I want you to start lightening it. I don't want you to keep it really heavy. You shoot me down. No. Imagine you're singing it in head voice, placing your resonance here, half yawn. You shoot me down, but I won't fall. Now I'm preparing my voice for that transition through the Passaggio. If you haven't seen my latest video on Passaggio, go check that out now for an explanation. We're going to be going through that Passaggio. We're going to be jumping over the Passaggio to get to that E flat. So, first thing I would do is lighten this up. You shoot me down, but I won't fall. I'm titanium. But that doesn't feel very powerful, right? Like it doesn't feel like it's quite there, like it's quite ready. It still feels a little bit too airy. It doesn't feel like everything is completely working the way that I want it to and having that impact of that line, I am titanium. So here's where you want to combine your technique with your artistry as well. But before I get ahead of myself, let's look at this as if it were kind of an exercise. So you're doing a leap of a minor sixth. 1, 6, 4. Now, we're leaping over our Passaggio. We're coming up to the E flat. And then we're landing right around the Passaggio. I am titanium. So again, looking at this like this puzzle, it's like, okay, how am I going to do this? How am I going to transition here? Well, besides keeping our voices light, I want us to try this exercise. Let's try that again. I'm going to try this exercise on a no tension in the throat. Focus all of that flapping on your lips. La 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 la. Now you can practice it on a vowel that feels good for you. For me, I love singing high notes on an ah or an a or sometimes an oo, but in this one I like the ah. It just feels right, so I'm going to go with my instincts. That's important for you guys too. La 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 la. Now this sounded a lot more open than when I sang it a few moments ago. And it feels more open. Now I'm gonna take a deep breath. I'm gonna do a little half yawn, and I'm gonna do this again. I'm gonna close my eyes. And I'm going to imagine that when I'm doing that leap, instead of thinking I'm leaping up to this E flat, I'm gonna be leaping beyond it and coming down from it somehow, if that makes sense. So it's almost like as if you're aiming for a higher note. So you're kind of like coming down on the high note rather than going up to the high note. Let me know if this makes sense, but it's a trick that's helped me a lot. La 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 la. I'm titanium. Now another thing that I'm going to want to think about here is how does my jaw feel when I'm singing that titanium? And what does my vowel sound like? Vowels are really important when we're getting to the high notes. If you want to build exercises around your songs, this is important. So let's just say it. I am titanium, A. But when I want to sing it, what I want to do is infuse more of an ah into it, an ah shape in my mouth. And that's going to definitely help me to keep that note very nice and round and not be too closed. I also want to allow my jaw, coming back to the jaw, ample space. I'm not going to be afraid of letting that jaw just really descend and relax. There's that full yawn. I am titanium. I am titanium. And I want to think again of approaching it from the top. I'm titanium. So start on an ah and change it into an A, an octave lower. I'm titanium. I am titanium. And that's going to give you the shape for your A. I'm titanium. So we're going to have a difference in the tongue here. So with my ah, I feel like my tongue is on the tip of my bottom teeth. But when I turn it into an A, I can feel like the sides of my tongue also try to meet my molars. Still leaving a lot of space, not keeping that tongue super flat, but not keeping it stuck. Just notice how it feels. I am titanium. So let's also do something. We're going to come down here. I am titanium. 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 I Let's go higher. I am titanium. Focus this resonance here and the top of your nose between your eyes. I am titanium. I am titanium. I am titanium. Now I'm a whole tone higher than my E flat. I'm going up to an F. Now we can bring it back down to G, going to E flat, D, C. Let's do this on you. Keeping very free, very relaxed. What you want to do is you're training your body to relax around this passage too, and to sing this passage openly on different vowels, on different variations of exercises, so that by the time your muscle memory connects with it, you're going to sing it, and even your neurons are firing and charging like, this is the passage. It's going to feel stable, and it's going to feel a lot easier. Let's take a break. Water break. Make sure you're well hydrated, that your vocal cords are lubricated, especially as you're doing these higher notes and crossing through the passaggio. You want things to feel like they're really flowing. I don't know if you guys have ever heard this tip, but you can take little teaspoons of honey, even olive oil, things like that before you sing to lubricate your vocal cords. It's something that can really help you. The thing not to do is eat foods like bananas that are going to coat the vocal cords and are going to, or coffee that's going to irritate the vocal cords. It's a tough one for me. I love coffee. I just don't have it right before I sing. Now let's do this line one more time and then we're going to integrate it into our chorus. I am titanium. I am titanium. How's it going out there? Is this helpful? Are you coming along with me? Are you feeling like things are shifting here for you? Let me know. So another thing that I would recommend that you do with this song and any song that you're approaching like an exercise is to also approach it in a breathwork way. I did a video specifically on that, but for brevity, we're not going to cover that here in this video. All right, so now we're going to start at the beginning of this chorus, and don't forget the artistry thing that I was talking about. I want you to infuse your emotions into this, and I want you to get into the music. Like, forget about everything we just did right now and just sing it with feeling and see if anything has shifted. I'm bulletproof, nothing to lose. Far away, far away. Ricochet, you take your aim. Far away, far away. You shoot me down, but I won't fall. I'm titanium. Shoot me down, but I won't fall. I'm titanium. There we go. See how that feels for you. Does it feel different? This is how you can go about a lot of the music that you're working on. Briefly, this is what it is. You just look for ways to pull apart the puzzle, put it back together again, build exercises around different passages, experiment with different sounds, trills, vowels, going up and down, using this like a kind of a vocalise exercise like we did before, where we go up by semitone with the same line, thinking about coming on the high note from above it, and going beyond it in your exercise is going to help you to do that, just to open that up. And obviously, importantly, before you do something like this, you want to make sure that you're warmed up and that your voice feels ready and activated, but also relaxed, like you haven't oversung. And another caveat to think about is that if you're doing this kind of thing and you start to feel like suddenly you're getting any tension in your throat or any physical or vocal fatigue, because physical fatigue is a real thing too, especially when you're doing high notes. You can actually get kind of lightheaded. Take a break, have some water, go put your feet on the grass, come back, continue what you're doing. And if it's not quite working out, try again tomorrow. But this is how you can approach it all the time. And this way you're going to build a certain memory, a muscle memory, an emotional memory, a psychological, a neuron memory around these passages in your music. And then it just kind of will become the default mode when you go to sing it, and you won't have those problems anymore where suddenly you're warming up and then you're singing a song and it's just not working. When you're singing a song, make sure that you're as connected to your voice as when you're doing warm-up vocalises. I hope that this video helped the person who asked about this specific song. Thank you. And I hope that it helped all of you out there as well. So I'll give you a challenge. Apply these same principles to any song that you're working on. Write about it in the comments below. And let's see if we can actually help each other out and brainstorm other ideas, other exercises that we can do around our repertoire. Thank you so much.